the Dutch people tend to be very direct.
Dutch directness, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's true.
So, for example, when we have like if there's one person, let's say from Bulgaria, and the other, all the other people are from the Netherlands, then
scary for the Bulgarians.
Yeah, they tend to be a bit more shy.
Yeah.
I think that more for people from Asian part of the world, like they have some body language which shows they are maybe more shy, not that open to others. I think Spanish people are more abiertos. They are more open. They have more gestures, which would be for Asian people would not be that common.
The Anglo-Saxon attitude is to be saying things like, "Oh, this is a really interesting idea," and they basically mean it's crap. And the Dutch will just go, "Oh, that's a crap idea." I think if there is a challenge that comes back regularly, the small thing but is annoying, is let's say there's a group of students, 4 of them are Dutch, 1 of them is Bulgarian, and they end up speaking Dutch all the time. That's a problem for me because it automatically puts that person outside that group.
I guess the only challenging thing for me is Dutch students speaking Dutch, but you have to speak up and then they stop, so that's fine.
Sometimes the internationals don't feel as included because the Dutchies kind of tend to go back into Dutch and then just communicate like that and leave out the person who's international.
Here, Dutch students, they have more English around them, like movies, videos, news, and they are more used to spoken English. But what I studied back in my home country was academic English, and that's different from spoken English. So there was also some misunderstanding in the beginning.
As I'm from Spain, like we are usually very loud, but not on purpose because we are more like open, I think, like in the way we talk. I haven't felt that it has been like someone has felt like overwhelmed, but I can tell sometimes that people look at Spanish people like, "Oh my God, you are too loud."
I had some students from, I believe they were Bulgarians, and I noticed that they were a lot less direct than compared to my Dutch classmates. They restricted themselves from giving me any kind of feedback until the very last moment when I couldn't really improve myself a bit. I kind of wish they had approached it very differently, and like when they had a problem, they would have immediately said something about it.
Latin people, from Latin America, they are super active, like overactive. They're always talking there, they're always like discussing something, they're always like sharing their opinion. Because for example, Dutch people, they like telling if they're not right, like all their opinion, but like the people from Russia, if they don't know for sure what to say, they're not saying it.
I would say the Dutch people are always the loudest. It's our country where we are, so of course they feel more comfortable. But like I especially notice with more Eastern European countries that they are quite quiet and more shy. I don't know if it's more a cultural thing.
Yeah, like they are the kind of students that if the teacher doesn't ask them something, then they are not gonna speak out loud.
With English, there's many different ways to say the exact same thing, but not everybody knows each way to say it. I don't know, something for instance, like, can you throw that away? But in someone else's like culture, they say, can you like toss it away? Just for a little example, but that little miscommunication could lead to so many different problems.
No, I think we've been misunderstood for all of our lives. That's why we teach. No, I think once you get used to the Dutch culture and you go into a meeting like this and you get used to this Dutch directness, I think it's all fine.
I'm sure I offended some people maybe sometimes that I was direct or that I was maybe a bit negative, but...
What do you mean a bit?
A bit,
In my culture, we handshake and then we kiss like 3 times. Some people do 1 kiss and some people don't kiss at all. For me, I got used to like not kissing people at all. So I don't know. It was an informal meeting, and this teacher just like, "Oh, Omar, how you doing?" And he grabs my hand. It's like 1, 2, and I think like we're done. And then he goes for the 3rd one, and I go for the 3rd one, and like our lips are like. I was like, "What is going on?"
I think that sometimes when I'm trying to talk with a Dutch person, like I don't understand them and they don't understand me because we explain ourselves like different ways and we use different words, so sometimes it's like challenging.
Every time I tell someone I'm South African, they're always so amazed, like, oh my god, how did you get to the Netherlands? Like, it's so far away. And then they always tell me about their holiday to South Africa. I just think that's funny. Like, okay.
Yeah, people always say like, oh, my barber are Syrian. I'm like, good for you. What am I supposed? Which family is from? Yeah, there's always like that connection that they make.